Children, after a festive gap, I am back again because you know that gaps sometimes make us more creative. So I am here with the topic which is structure of the atom, naturally the last chapter in fact, but the topic is most sci-fi. So I hope that you will enjoy and I will also enjoy teaching you. But as you know that the earlier concept of the atom was about its indivisibility, that Dalton given that atoms are the building block and they are indivisible, they cannot be divided further. But what made the scientists to think and think again and again that no, this is not the last particle of the matter, there is something inside the atom also, and therefore the many scientists started thinking upon it, and they elaborated the concept of atom more and more. How? Because they became curious when they seen that okay, a little much of a rubbing of the rod with the silk cloth or ebonite rod with a fur etc. Make them attract towards the rod. Like you may have seen that day-to-day life activity in which you just do it for the fun, that you make the small pieces, tiny pieces of the paper, and that pieces of the paper get attracted when you rub a glass rod and you bring near it, bring near the glass paper pieces. So why it happens that the glass rod starts attracting the pieces of paper? So this given the biggest this led to the discovery of the you can say the most innovative science, which is the structure of the atom. So what happens when we rub the glass rod? That some particles which are present inside the glass rod is made up of matter, and when we apply external energy over the glass rod, some particles which are inside the glass, which is a matter, comes out from the atoms of the glass, and then it makes the glass rod positively charged, and then this negative charge which is coming out, from the rod was negatively charged, and it is getting transformed to the pieces of paper. It is getting transferred to the pieces of paper. And then the pieces of the paper are becoming negatively charged, and then there is a electrostatic forces of attraction between this glass rod which became positively charged and the paper which are becoming negatively charged, and that's how the attraction is seen. So it was assumed at that time that every atom has some negative charge inside it, and that negative charge comes out when we apply some energy or force over the atom, and that negative charge is relatively closer to the wall of the atom, and that is why it comes out easily when we apply energy over the atom, and then this makes the atom positively charged. How it will make the positively charged? Because when the negative charge will come out from the atom, it will become positively charged, and you know that loss of electron leads to the formation of cation, because then the positive charge become more inside the atom than the negative charge. But here this concept is not clear that why the positive charge is becoming more, but still I am just telling you about the initial concept. At that time it was thought that every matter is positively charged, and this positively charged matter inside it possess some negatively charged particle, and these negatively charged particles come out because they are closer to the wall of the atom. This much you understand right now. And then we will have our study extended towards the discovery of electron. So such type of observation led to the discovery of electron, boys, and who was the scientist who discovered the electron was J.J. Thomson, a famous physicist who in 1892 finally achieved the complete success in finding out this negatively charged particle, which has shown his evidence in these smaller activities. So we started studying about the experiment in which the cathode ray was discovered finally. What was the experiment, boys? The experiment was very tedious, very complex, very scientific. So you will give your attention maximum here when I will explain you about the experiment. Cathode ray are why named as cathode ray? First try to understand. This is the initial name of the electron, cathode ray. So cathode ray was named cathode ray because it was coming from the negative electrode of your discharge tube. What is discharge tube? Discharge tube was nothing but the a hollow glass tube which was vacuum evacuated. So first first experiment of the discharge tube was carried by the scientist whose name was the William Crookes, and in the year 1878. When he passed very high voltage of electricity in the gases which are kept inside the discharge tube and observed its behavior, that the gases give a green fluorescent light coming from the cathode and which is going towards the anode. This was the observation of William Crookes, the first scientist who has been given this credit to perform discharge tube experiment. Discharge tube is nothing but the hollow glass tube which is vacuum evacuated. So J.J. Thomson again elaborated this experiment and achieved the final success. And in the year 1897, I was telling you that the year was 1897 when the great physician J.J. Thomson conducted this first cathode ray experiment and achieved success. Now what preparation he did टू कैरी आउट दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट, क्या क्या उनकी तैयारियां थी उसके बारे में मैं आपको बताऊंगी। कि उन्होंने एक हॉलो डिस्चार्ज ट्यूब, कुछ नहीं ग्लास की ट्यूब होती है, ग्लास की ट्यूब को वैक्यूम इवैक्यूएट कर दिया गया एंड दैट इज योर डिस्चार्ज ट्यूब। इन दिस डिस्चार्ज ट्यूब सिंस देयर इज नथिंग, एयर इज देयर, सो एयर वाज पम्प्ड आउट। व्हाई द एयर वाज पम्प्ड आउट? बिकॉज नाउ ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द साइंस बिहाइंड इट। वेरी लेस अमाउंट ऑफ एयर was kept inside it. And why air, not a particular gas? Because it was thought that the negatively charged particle is equally available in every type of matter. ऐसा कोई भी एटम नहीं है जिसमें कि ये नेगेटिवली चार्ज पार्टिकल ना हो। ये एक थिंकिंग थी इसके पीछे। तो इस थिंकिंग को एक कह सकते हैं कि एम्बिशन मान के इस तरह की एटमॉस्फेयर बनाई गई थी डिस्चार्ज ट्यूब में कि उसमें सिंपली एयर को फिल किया गया था। और एयर में डिफरेंट गैसेज होते हैं, आपको पता है क्या क्या गैसेज अवेलेबल होते हैं, ऑक्सीजन, नाइट्रोजन एटसेट्रा। तो they all were having the negatively charged particle because these gases are nothing but the matter. Gases are also matter. So what was the atmosphere inside the discharge tube? Atmosphere was very particular and very unique atmosphere. Discharge tube was vacuum evacuated and that very less amount of air was pumped inside the discharge tube. Or you can say that it was pumped out. Maximum of the air was pumped out and very less amount of air was left inside it. Why? Because the air itself is a non-metal. Air is non-metallic substance. It's a mixture of gases, and you know this concept I have given you, that the non-metals do not lose electron. When they will ionize by accepting electron. But here we have to make them to lose the particles which is inside the atom. So to make the non-metals ionize by losing the particles or losing the electron will be a very very tough task, because their natural tendency is not to lose electron. That is why a very less amount of air if it is taken, then the task can become successful. If we arrange a particular kind of atmosphere, अगर एक इस तरह की क्या एटमॉस्फेयर होनी चाहिए, तो डिस्चार्ज ट्यूब के अंदर की प्रेशर को रिड्यूस करते 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 जब तक कि 10 to the power -4 एटमॉस्फेयर, पहले तो उसकी एटमॉस्फेयर को 10 to the power -2 एटमॉस्फेयर तक लाया गया, यानी कि 0.001 एटमॉस्फेयर। तभी भी कोई गैस की आयोनाइजेशन नहीं हुई और गैस जो डिस्चार्ज ट्यूब के अंदर का बिल्कुल ग्लो उसमें आ गई। ग्लो आ गई तो क्या इसका मतलब आपको पता चल पाएगा कि हाँ ये इलेक्ट्रॉन है? नहीं, ये नहीं पता चल पाएगा। जबकि बहुत कम पार्टिकल्स आयोनाइज होंगे तभी ये पता चल पाएगा कि दिस इज द मूवमेंट ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्रॉम द कैथोड टुवर्ड्स द एनोड. So when the pressure was reduced as low as 10 to the power -4 atmosphere, you know that 1 atmosphere is the atmospheric pressure, and it was reduced, you can say around 10,000 times. And then the temperature was also kept extremely low, which was around -80 to -100 degrees Celsius. इस तरह की temperature in the, why this type of atmosphere? Because when the atmosphere will be kept very low, the pressure will be kept very low inside the discharge tube. The air, you know that when we apply pressure over there, they come closer. and when they will come closer, then more air particles will come in the contact of the high voltage of the electricity. And what voltage of the electricity was required, that also I will tell you, very high voltage of electricity. It was not a simple task, it was very challenging to ionize the gases. So if we keep the atmospheric pressure, the pressure inside the discharge tube very small, then the gases will remain wandered apart, because they will not remain closer, and और ये बिल्कुल दूर दूर रहेंगे एक दूसरे से. दूसरा, अगर टेम्परेचर बहुत कम रखी जाती है तो क्या होगा कि दे विल लूज देयर काइनेटिक एनर्जी एंड देयर मूवमेंट ऑल्सो विल बिकम वेरी स्लो. सो दिस वॉज द डिजायर्ड, you can say, setup. This was actually was needed to ionize the gas, to keep the pressure very low, to make them move distant apart from each other, and the temperature also very low, to make them lose their kinetic energy, so that they don't get heated, because you know that the gain in kinetic energy again results in gain in heating. So that also was kept in the mind, that both type of you can say task was there, that keep the pressure very low and keep the temperature also extremely low. So after achieving success in creating such kind of atmosphere, अब इसके बाद क्या किया गया कि very high voltage of electricity, that voltage of electricity was as bigger as 10,000 volts, children. We can imagine that much electricity was passed inside a small glass discharge tube, in which very less quantity of the air particles were filled inside it. So then what happened, since the particles were moving very very slowly and very far apart from each other, some particles came in the contact of this high voltage of electricity, and they since external energy is applied, so they lost their inside particle. वो अपने अंदर की जो उसकी पार्टिकल, उसमें जो कि माना जा रहा है कि किसी भी एटम के अंदर कुछ ऐसे पार्टिकल्स हैं जो कि चार्ज पार्टिकल्स हैं, तो उसको वो लूज कर जाता है. क्यों? बिकॉज उसके ऊपर बहुत हाई वोल्टेज ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को अप्लाई किया गया. सो द इनर पार्टिकल्स आर लॉस्ट. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू that what will be the what preparation we need to do with the wall of the discharge tube. Wall of the discharge tube will be also coated with either zinc sulfide or phosphorus. The phosphorus coating was done by Thomson, and zinc sulfide coating was done by the E. Goldstein to find the anode rays. So phosphorus की coating अंदर में wall की गई थी, ताकि वो जो एक लॉस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन, मेरे कहने का मतलब है जो लॉस ऑफ पार्टिकल हो रही है उसमें कुछ ग्लो आ जाए, क्योंकि ये ग्लो देती है, ये फ्लोरेसेंस देती है. I have tried to draw the diagram of the discharge tube experiment in which the cathode ray was discovered. So this is your glass discharge tube which was vacuum evacuated. You can see that I have drawn vacuum pump here, and then high voltage of electricity is the source of high voltage of electricity is here, and the source of high voltage of electricity is minus and plus terminal, means positive and negative terminal, which is connected. The negative terminal is connected to the cathode, which is your negative electrode, and the positive terminal is connected to the anode, which is your positive electrode. As you know that the electricity flows from positive towards the negative terminal, so the electricity is flowing like that, and it is going towards the cathode, and at the cathode the electricity is going inside your discharge tube, and you know that inside the discharge tube gases fill की गई हैं, बहुत कम, बहुत less amount में, बहुत trace amount में gases fill की हुई हैं, and these gases are kept at very low pressure and at very very low temperature. So what happens that these gases which are in front of the cathode, they get ionized, they lose their inside particle, and that inside particle is looking fluorescent. It is giving faint green light, which faint green light was moving towards moving from cathode towards the anode. Since this ray like structure was formed, it was looking just in the form of a ray, very fast movement. There was a continuous ray like, there was no break inside the particles which is coming out from the cathode. there was no break, there was no gap between the particles, so it was looking continuously moving, and it was moving linearly, means in the straight line. So a faint glow was found inside the fluorescent green faint glow was found inside the discharge tube, and that was considered cathode ray. Why cathode ray? Because it was coming from the negative terminal, negative electrode, that is your cathode. So earlier it was named as cathode ray, and it was getting attracted directly towards the anode terminal. So it was thought that since the this ray is coming from the cathode and it is getting attracted towards the anode, means it is getting attracted toward the positively charged electrode, and that means it itself will be negatively charged. ये खुद इसकी चार्ज नेगेटिव होगी, तभी तो ये पॉजिटिव चार्ज की जो इलेक्ट्रोड है एनोड उसकी तरफ अट्रैक्ट हो रहा है. लेकिन इसकी कंफर्मेशन भी की गई. व्हाट कंफर्मेशन? दैट बाय क्रिएटिंग एन इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फील्ड. व्हाट इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फील्ड? द पॉजिटिव प्लेट एंड नेगेटिव प्लेट वर केप्ट अराउंड द डिस्चार्ज ट्यूब, एंड इट वाज फाउंड दैट द दिस कैथोड रे इज बेंडिंग टुवर्ड्स द पॉजिटिव प्लेट एंड इट वाज गेटिंग रिपेल्ड बाय द नेगेटिव प्लेट. तो ये नेगेटिव प्लेट है जिसको मैंने रेड ग्रीन से दिखाया, एंड द पॉजिटिव प्लेट आई हैव ट्राइड टू शो इट विद द रेड कलर. सो इट लुक्ड बेंड टुवर्ड्स द पॉजिटिव प्लेट. So this given the confirmation of the charge that it carry. What charge does it carry? It carries negative charge. So this was the discharge tube experiment, and the success of the discharge tube experiment was only on this fact that since very low pressure and very low temperature was kept inside it, otherwise this will not get successful, because if the many gaseous particles will ionite, then it will not look like a ray, and then we cannot find its charge, and because the whole discharge tube will start getting fluorescent. ये पूरी discharge tube ही glow कर जाएगी अगर ज्यादा particles जो है वो ionize हो जाएंगे तो ये नहीं होना चाहिए. बहुत कम particles ionize हो और सारे बाकी के जितने भी particles हैं जो कि wall की तरफ है discharge tube के, उनमें आयनाइजेशन ना हो, तब तो ये रे के फॉर्म में दिख जाएगा. So well, that's how I tried to explain you the discharge tube experiment carried by the J.J. Thomson, and which led to the discovery of the cathode ray. Now we try to understand that what are the characteristic features of the cathode ray. इसकी क्या क्या properties हैं. तो first, so after getting confirmed that it is negatively charged, what charge is carried by the cathode ray, was found that it carries 1 unit negative charge, and the value of 1 negative charge is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. C represents the coulomb. It is the smallest possible charge that has been calculated so far, and that is also called Millikan charge, because the Millikan was the scientist who calculated this charge. Now the second characteristic is that they have particle and material property, means they are actually found inside the matter or atom, so they possess all the properties of the matter. And then they travel linearly. Yes, they travel in a straight line. That has been seen in the discharge tube also, that they go straight away from the cathode towards the anode. Then they get deflected in the magnetic field. That also I have just now told you that they deflect towards the positive plate because they themselves are negatively charged. And then it was earlier named as corpuscles. The previous name was corpuscles, and then finally it was named as electron. And then symbol is also given to it, and that symbol was E minus, small e, and over the small e there is a minus bar. Then what is the next property? That its mass is considered negligible because its mass is around 1840 times or around 2000 times, you can say, smaller than the mass of hydrogen atom, and that is why we do not take its mass into consideration in the calculation of atomic mass. And the mass of the electron is always taken as negligible, but when it is calculated, then the mass is charge by mass ratio. Through the charge by mass ratio, it is coming as the 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 28 gram. ये absolute mass होती है इलेक्ट्रॉन की. Then it does not affect by the type of matter, because it is 100% sure that every matter possesses this negatively charged particle, which is an electron. So whatever is the type of matter, it will certainly keep the electron. So this was my class on discovery of electron, which is the very first class in the study of structure of atom, and this is the first achieved success I will tell you more facts about the structure of the atom in my coming classes. Stay connected.